I first saw this guy, and I think I was on the trading floor at my former employer, which is ICAP PLC, which is a big interdealer broker. And I was watching him, and I remember seeing him, I was listening, and I was just like, this is the only fucking guy that ever actually spoke the truth about trading. And like everybody knows it on Wall Street, I think. And it's like, I think that was like, it was such a breath of fresh air. You must get this from traders that just are like, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, actually, I have met traders in the city who have seen me just like you did on the trading floor, and they've said this pretty much the same thing. Not everybody agreed with everything I said, but yeah, the majority have. Probably about what I said on, I guess just for your listeners, what we're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about my comment on Goldman Sachs. Or
Goldman Sachs,
like,
and then I go to bed hoping for a recession.
Right, yeah. I mean, most people in the city probably wouldn't say it as the way I worded it, probably, but although I don't regret anything I said, I stick by it. That's exactly what I meant. But probably most people in the city wouldn't outspokenly say what I said because of what people may think of them. But actually, as you probably saw, I was just bored. I'll be honest with you. I was on that BBC show, and I just thought, you know what? What am I gonna do here, saying the same old BS that everybody else is saying? Almost every other financial analyst or bank guy who comes on those BBC or whatever, Fox, or they say the same old stuff, the same old garbage. Oh yeah, we think this is gonna solve a problem. We think that's gonna solve a problem, and here's the solution. And I thought, you know what? Because the lady, the interviewer on that TV clip was basically saying, how do I fix the solution? Do I have a solution? And you know what? I thought for a second, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm not looking for a solution. I'm looking at this crisis, as far as I was concerned, was an opportunity. And I was looking to make money from it. And I thought everybody else should join in. And I was happy to show people how to do it. Probably looking back on it, I was a bit naive. The fact that I thought people... Well, I was naive in the sense that I didn't think that anyone would pay attention to what I said. I thought, you know what, this interview is going to be finished, over, that's it, done with. And then I'm going to call the BBC, say, hey, could you send the video over to me so I can put it on my blogs? That's how naive I was. So the second thing I probably was naive about was I thought that what I said I thought it wasn't controversial. I thought probably everyone knows what I said was true. So.
Wow. And what was the next 24 hours like?
Yeah, the next 24 hours, actually, I think, I'm
trying to think for people that haven't watched the video. Can you just give like a quick 1 minute summary of what you said?
Okay, so basically what happened was, actually, I'll tell you the interesting parts. I walked out of that studio on the BBC after what I said, and I immediately could sense there was something wrong. I don't know what it was. I don't want to call it sixth sense, but it was the way that people... Okay, for example, I walked out of the BBC reception, and the receptionist who had been very chatty to me, suddenly they looked... Because they could see everything I said on the TV monitor.
And it was live, right?
Yeah, it was live.
Okay.
And they had seen everything I said. And they were suddenly very different towards me. It's like, oh my God, it's like I just pronounced to the world that I'm Satan or something. So I could sense something was wrong. But that wasn't it. Then I went home, and people in the office, in my office, were talking about it. They say, hey, they were saying, hey, your tie was skewed or something. So, oh, okay, is that all? That's cool. Not a big problem. So then I go home, and I noticed on my Facebook page, somebody had posted, hey, Alessio, your video is just about to go viral. And I said, okay, well, whatever, so what? No, the way I knew something was really different or something was about to happen was that evening. I suddenly realized a lot of people were coming and visiting my website. In fact, I got a call from an IT guy saying, hey, look, Alessio, do you know what's going on? I said, no. Suddenly I realized all these papers are writing about it. Independent, Guardian, newspapers in Yemen have been talking. I said, what's going on? Alessio has just basically, that's what they were saying. Alessio just lifted the lid on what's going on in the city. And I said, have I? I thought everybody knew this, right?
Can you describe briefly what you said, if you had to summarize it? And what date was this, by the way?
This is probably the 26th of September.
2011.
2011,
okay, so a little less than a year ago.
That's right. 26 was the interview. So what I said really was, okay, I guess there are three main things about what I said which has shocked people. Because I'm getting, the reaction I'm getting from people is people seem to select three moments in that video which stood out. Number one was my prediction on the euro, saying that the stock market was toast and the market's going to crash, the euro's that was with that one. Number two is probably my comment that I was dreaming of a recession and that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I've been dreaming about it for 3 years. And the third comment was that the governments don't rule the world, that Goldman Sachs really rules the world. So those are three things that kind of stood out in that video, and everybody sort of picked on one of those. So in any case, the next day, I got Forbes magazine calling me. So, oh my God, Forbes wants to talk to me. Then I've got journalists as far away as the Israel, like Haaretz, and a newspaper in Israel wants to talk to me. Sydney wants to talk to me. CNN, CNBC, all these guys. And I thought, oh my God, can't be true. There's no way. I got to be honest with you. I was enjoying it.
Okay. Is this your first bit of press in your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. People who said that there was some newspaper said Alessio was an attention seeker. They actually said that they quoted me as saying there was an attention seeker. It's not true at all. If that was the case, I would have probably gone into show business. But it simply wasn't true. And the good part was when all these papers were writing about me. The worst part was when some papers, like maybe the Telegraph or something, started just outrageously twisting everything I said. And it was kind of naive of me because I accepted one of the journalists to talk to, and he basically I don't want to put the blame on him. It's blame on me, but he twisted a lot of what I said. But yeah, I mean, it was an incredible reaction. A lot of people just suddenly saying, this guy was a hoax. Oh yeah, so this is another cool thing that happened, which is I went on Twitter and I checked with the trending topics on Twitter, and it was two things stood out. One was Goldman Sachs, and the other one was yes men. And I couldn't figure out what the yes men has to do with it. But apparently I was being accused of being a hoaxer. That I wasn't real.
Yeah.
I was a hoax, part of the yes men group. In fact, Forbes...
Oh, that's part of like a comedian troupe or a...
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, Forbes was calling me and saying, hey, Alessio, so why did you go... She was saying, are you part of the Yes Men? I said, I never heard of the Yes Men. Who are you talking about? Is this a movie you're talking about with Jim Carrey? Because I like that movie. So, yeah, I'll be honest, that was the most incredible 24 hours I've had. It was amazing and crazy and scary at the same time, especially when certain newspapers decided to basically twist everything I'd said to make me look like a complete... don't want to swear, but a jerk off. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had also the people that were rallying behind you and loving what you said.
Yeah, there was a lot. That's the thing. I was totally amazed by the support I got. Just like you said, a lot of people are saying, hey, Alessio, thank you for your honesty. I still get that even today. Still people coming into my Facebook page or my emails and saying, big fan of, I really thank you for being honest and just saying how it is. They didn't bullshit people, and really, I find that still very overwhelming that people are still doing that. I thank them all the time. But I don't think of myself as a hero. I don't think of, people are trying to make out that I was somebody special. I don't think I am. I'm just an ordinary trader. I don't think of myself in high esteem in any way. I just basically told the truth. And that really is it. I guess the reaction I got from people was because they're fed up with their politicians and the system we're in, where everybody just goes on TV and says the same BS and nonsense.